One of the interesting features of Cloudinary is being able to overlay images on top of other images. For instance, what if for fun I wanted to overlay this cat on top of that galaxy? Back inside my code, the first thing I would need to do is set up a configuration object for my Cloudinary URL. Inside, I'm going to start off by defining my transformation property, which is going to be a new array. And inside my transformation property, this is where I can define all the effects I want to add or transformations to my Cloudinary URL, such as creating a new object where I'm going to define an overlay and set that equals to my examples/cat public ID. Now, the only caveat here is when we're defining an overlay, we need to, instead of using this /, we need to change it to a colon. So anytime you want to go nested into a directory, you need to make sure you replace those slashes with the colon. But once I load my new resulting image in the browser, we can see that my cat is floating around in space. Now, for maybe a more practical example, what if I had an online store and I wanted to mark all my products as on sale? If we start off with this new example of a pair of shoes, where inside of my code, I'm defining that new public ID, as well as a transformation to crop the image in order to be a square. I'm going to again define a new transformation on my transformation array and add an overlay property where I'm going to define my examples:\sale tag. And we can see that while our tag is on there, it's probably a little bit bigger than we'd like. So in my code, I'm going to fix this by starting off by adding a width of 100 and a height of 100 as well. And once we start to look at the image, it's starting to look a little bit more reasonable. But I don't want my sale tag to be in the middle, I want it to be in the top right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new transformation object where this time I'm going to add a flags property, and inside I'm going to specify the layer apply flag, where what this is going to allow us to do is apply these transformations to our newly created overlay. To start, I'm going to specify that I want my gravity to be northeast, meaning anything that I do for positioning is going to be relative to the top right corner. And then I'm going to specify an x of 10 and a y of 10, meaning I want it to be 10 away from that location of the top right corner. And now we'll be able to see that our product is clearly on sale inside of our store. So in review, in order to overlay an image on top of an existing image, we can use the Cloudinary Node SDK, where we use the transformation array to add our overlay by its public ID, as well as any transformations, as well as any positioning that we want, to make sure our new image is exactly where we want it on our existing image.